apologize in advance for the lack of color.
I like
A little bland. So basically, friendship is a critical subset of peer relations. Everyone needs friends. Friends are peers who engage in mutual companionship, support, and intimacy. So why is this important in adolescence? What's its developmental function? Does anyone have any thoughts? I've kind of gone over this a bit already, but.
Well, just to throw a little PSA in there. They're informal operations, so they're able to show empathy, hypothesize themselves in the situation of another person. They're able to understand abstract ideas.
You said earlier that it's through peers that windows onto the world are opened up outside of their own family.
I also think it's good for development and mental health.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, it's all common sense, you guys said already. Companionship, stimulation, physical support, ego support, social comparison, how are you in relation to other people, and intimacy and affection, very important function of friendship. Forward. So, what are the effects of not having friends? We've also talked about this already. But, there's a lot of overlap here. Loneliness and everything, definitely. There are some others, like in school, how might that manifest itself?
Poor grades, maybe, from just mental health being generally poor.
Yeah, right. If you're not mentally there, if you're not having fun, if you're not engaged.
Poor socialization, which could lead to problems long term, like when you have to work in a team setting in college or in work.
So a study that's been confirmed repeatedly says that sixth graders without friends exhibit less prosocial behavior, exhibit all these things, and continue to exhibit them by 8th grade, even if they have some friends by 8th grade. By 6th grade, you don't have friends. These are some problems. Now, this was from the book, and it got me thinking, maybe it also gets you thinking, whether or not this is like, are people who exhibit these behaviors prone to have less friends, or do they just have less friends? And is this a result of having less friends? I know it's a little cause and effect. I'm not really sure. Anyone has any thoughts on that? I don't know.
I'm sure it goes both ways.
Yeah. It's a neutralistic relationship. So really nice one. The most influential theorist on friendship was Henry Stack Sullivan, 1953, he published his report. Basically, it says that there was a dramatic increase in the importance and intimacy of close friends during early adolescence. So he says that friends are as important or more important than family during adolescence. He had some slightly different basic social needs that friends met during adolescence, such as tenderness, playful companionship, social acceptance, intimacy. And whether or not these needs are met really dictate the well-being of the child. The need for intimacy increases dramatically in adolescence, so teens seek out new friendships, and that satisfies the need for companionship and intimacy and sexual relationships too. They're lucky, I guess. So this is illustrated in developmental changes in self-disclosing conversations. You see from the graph here, in 2nd grade through 5th grade, you're more likely to have self-disclosure relationships with your parents than with friends. But between 5th and 10th grade, there's a dramatic decrease in the amount of self-disclosing conversations you have with parents, and a corollary increase in relationships with conversations with friends. And you see also in college, it's kind of interesting, the level's off a bit, you start to talk to your parents again. One study said that adolescents, or this has been confirmed, not confirmed, adolescents spend 103 days with talking to their friends, 103 hours, minutes per day talking to friends, and only 28 with parents. So I guess it's kind of obvious that they would have some more self-disclosing time with their friends. So Sullivan talked about symmetrical intimate mode, which was as adolescents develop these new friendships, they develop new modes of relating to one another. That includes appropriate self-disclosure, providing emotional support to friends, managing disagreements, these are new competencies that adolescents have to develop in order to have successful friendships with one another. Whereas being in childhood, you're much more likely to just be a good playmate and play cooperatively. Those are the only skills you need. In adolescence, you need to develop new skills. This slide probably should have been in the beginning, but these are the two most important attributes of friendship according to the textbook: intimacy and similarity. Pretty straightforward. Intimacy, self-disclosure, sharing of public thoughts, mutual understanding, listening. It increases dramatically from 13 to 16 versus 10 to 13. Similarity, if you have the same interests, if you're the same age, you're more likely to be friends. Like attracts like. This is the last part. Mixed age friendships. What do you guys think? Is this a good thing?
No.
Is it healthy? No.
I had a friend who was older, and I thought it was really cool, but now I look back and, like, there must have been something wrong with her. Like, why did she want to hang out with me?
Oh, so you're saying older people.
Yeah.
That's a really good point, Rachel.
You know, like, I think she must have had trouble interacting with people her own age that she wanted to be friends with. I mean, it was great, but...
Isn't that an argument in favor of it as being something beneficial?
Oh, I guess so.
Well, do you want your 13-year-old hanging out with a demented senior?
It's a real world problem.
I mean, you have 13-year-olds.
No, it's a real world problem
Yeah.
that I have because my 15-year-old daughter has a very good friend who's a 21-year-old college senior.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Who
Like,
was
it's one
was
thing-
her camp counselor.
Exactly, this
It's
was my
one thing
camp
if you're
counselor.
Yeah,
in
it's
the
not
same
uncommon.
age bracket, like if they're both in high school and like one's a freshman and one's a senior, that's a little more normal because it's more like
The same
at least they're in the
community.
same environment, the same community. It gets creepy when they're not.
Despite all the psychosexual
Like when one's in
differences.
middle school, one's in high school, or one's in high school, one's in college, that gets kind of weird.
Well, basically, the research says that Mom was right, and if you're a young person, you shouldn't hang out with older people
Yeah.
because
Because they're
you're going to be drinking and having sex at a younger age. So don't hang out with little kids. Especially among girls, this is a problem. I guess with the added problem of pregnancy and stuff. Truancy, drinking, stealing. By 26, more girls with older friends were much more likely to have children and be less vocationally and educationally oriented.
So they said the research supported that it's okay for boys to hang out with older people?
It didn't say, no. I mean, if a younger boy is also more likely to engage in delinquent behaviors, maybe cutting or drinking or smoking.
Less likely to get pregnant.
Yeah.
Good point, right?